do not adjust your camera, your phone, your TV, your laptop, whatever you're tuning in on this on. I'm the man, the myth, the legend, the unknown. I am Unknown Emperor. Thank you for stopping by. And this is Friday Night Smackdown review. It started off with Logan Paul. He surprisingly was the opening promo of Friday night, but it didn't really mean much because he basically did two things. He made an announcement saying that Prime was now partnered with the WWE and he's going to be partnered going forward. I heard it was an extremely huge deal and I'm extremely proud of Logan Paul. And then he brought out KSI. It didn't really do much for me, but he brought out KSI. They didn't really get much in. Randy Orton music hit. I hear voices in my head. You know when you hear that, something's finna come out the blue. They were preparing for him to come out the entranceway, but he snuck in behind him. He attempted to hit Logan Paul with an RKO. He got out of it. He left, but he left KSI in the ring. Unfortunately, he got hit with the most devastating letters in sports entertainment, RKO, and he was laying in the middle of the ring. He was in the middle of the ring for a little minute, but that segment essentially led into a tag team match of Kevin Owens and Randy Orton versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Before we get too deep into it, this SmackDown was extremely a quick one, and it basically was an easy watch. Most of these matches were kind of telegraphed about how you knew they were going to go, or at least expected it. A couple of them, maybe, but no, you essentially knew how everything was going to go. And then like I said, it led into the tag team match. And this was coming off the heels of what happened last week when they got hit with an RKO and the stunner to end off Friday night. But the match started. Orton and KO was getting a lot of offense in. They weren't really dominating. They were really dominating, and Grayson and Austin wasn't really getting a lot of offense in until right before the break. And then they hit a distracting move, and then it led into the break. And then when they came back from the break, KO was getting jumped out of this world. He was getting beat up. But that was only to give Grayson and Austin just a little bit of offense in, so it just wouldn't be a complete squash, because you don't want to lose the momentum. But this match didn't really do nothing for anybody. It kind of led to KO getting a hot tag to Randy Orton. Randy was able to get his usual offense in. Austin Theory distracted him for a little minute, but it didn't amount to much. We got a spike DDT for the 1-2 kick out. We were able to lead to this amazing ordeal to where Austin Theory got stunned, and then Grayson Waller got hit with a pop-up RKO. 1, 2, 3, and KO and Randy Orton win. Like I said, it was one of those matches that was just telegraphed, that you didn't know was gonna, you knew it was gonna happen, but you still never know, because anything can happen in wrestling. But that was the first match of the night. It was a mid match. It didn't really do much for me going forward, but these are awesome wrestlers, so I appreciate what they did. And it really just kind of set the tone for what the night was gonna be. And but then after they got the victory, Logan Paul tried to sneak up and he hit KO and Randy Orton, which knocked them both down. And then he brought out the brass knuckles. He thought he was finna get a little nice knockout punch, but he got stopped and he went running again to start Friday Night Smackdown. So it might be a triple threat match for the title. It might be a one-on-one between him and Randy Orton. I don't know, but I'm ready to see where it goes. Next, we got a recap of the disgusting betrayal that Damage Control did to Bayley. They oh my goodness, they doing Bayley dirty. I for one appreciate Bayley and everything that she has offered to the WWE. She created Damage Control. She was the one that put everything together, and they turned on her, especially Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai, you're green. you're green and you're dirty for that. But I digress. And then she was backstage getting interviewed, and she asked her how she felt about Damage Control betraying her, especially Dakota Kai last week. How would you expect her to feel? What kind of questions do they be giving these people backstage? If you were to ask me how I felt about getting portrayed about a creation I made, what? How would you feel? That's what I would. If I was Bayley, that's what I would have asked her. But Bayley sweet. She nice. She was like, hey, it hurts, but WrestleMania, I'm gonna get my get back, and I believe she will. And then we kind of segued to a little disagreement between Bianca Belair and Naomi. Naomi was watching the interview. She felt sad for Bayley, but Bianca didn't feel sad because she has been getting beat up by Damage Control for the past 2 years, and she feel like Bayley deserves exactly what she's getting. And they both right in a way, but it was just a little disagreement. I hope this was just like a one-off and nothing really goes from it, because it doesn't necessarily benefit either one of them, and there's no need for them to be feuding over something that doesn't necessarily involve them. Next, we were able to get big men slapping that big man meat. Pause. Talking clip business. But we had Bobby Lashley, the mighty one, taking on Karrion Kross. And like I said, big men just being big beefy, being big beefy men. Bobby was up early in the match. He was really slapping more man meat than Karrion Kross, and he was really dominating the match to start it off until they worked their way outside, and then Scarlett got involved when Bobby tried to ram Karrion Kross into the ring post. She stopped him. Karrion then rammed Bobby into the ring post. And then we were able to get back into the ring. It was a suplex hit by Karrion Kross for the 1-2 kick out. Then they were able to, after a couple of more of man meat getting slapped around, Bobby Lashley was able to work Karrion back outside and ram him into the ring post, of what he was trying to do earlier. But that didn't really do much. Like, when he did it, I was thinking it was gonna be like a big spot in the match, but all it did, it didn't do nothing. It didn't really. But he was getting hot. He was warming up. He was trying to set up for the spear, but as soon as he got set up for the spear, as soon as he was setting up for the spear, AOP jumped in and they started to beat him up. I didn't mention, Bobby Lashley got a scar on his chest. It looked kind of clean, something that you'd see like in an anime or a cartoon or something, but hopefully it's all right. But AOP jumped in, which prompted the Street Profits to come out. They didn't really help. They got beat up. They got worked for a little minute. Scarlett got involved, but then B-Fab had came out, slapped her, ran Scarlett off. Bobby Lashley had finally got Karrion Kross into the Hurt Lock, but that didn't last long because AOP jumped out the gate and they started beating him, stopped him down, and then they were all left laying. AOP and Karrion Kross in the Final Testament. That's their name as a whole. But the Final Testament was left standing and they were walking out with their head held high. I thought this was going to be over. This match was predictable in a way that you knew that either one of the teams was going to get involved. This is another mid. It was a mid match. Like it didn't really, it did something, but it didn't really do nothing for me. But I appreciated it for what it was. I'm not really gonna be mad about what they did. I just hope this ends extremely soon. Like, Street Profits and Bobby Lashley need to go do something, and Karrion Kross and AOP probably need to go in the tag team title scene or something. But this needs to end. And then we got the amazing Tiffany Stratton. She was taking on Meechin, and you already knew how the match was gonna go. You already know Meechin. But But Tiffany Stratton got in there. She got a lot of her offense in, but this was a quick, not like 5-minute match. She really was showcasing her versatility as a wrestler. She do dives, she jumps, she can show power. She is a beautiful wrestler, physical specimen. She can jump, she can flip. She hit 2 flips and an amazing elbow into the corner. That was basically the move of that match. She hit 2 flips, a elbow into a corner. It was beautiful. It was immaculate. Michin was about to get some offense in. It looked like she was setting up for the Styles Clash, but then she yelled out "too sweet," which essentially she distracted herself. Then Tiffany reversed that Styles Clash that she was attempting into an amazing Alabama slam, which was lovely. And then she got on the top rope to do that prettiest moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Tiffany Stratton remains undefeated. I give this a good match because it different from the other matches that I've put as mid matches. This match basically continued Tiffany Stratton going on to showcase her dominance, get her some wins under her belt so she can get into a nice WrestleMania program to where she can possibly win her first WrestleMania, because you have to put the rocket on her back and shoot her to the moon. Sometime after WrestleMania, I believe that she is going to be a champion, because Rhea Ripley's not going to be champion forever. Io Sky's not going to be champion forever. So Tiffany Stratton, the future women's champion. I give it a good rating for the match and what I got out of it. I appreciated it. The search was over. We finally found AJ Styles. We've been looking for him for approximately 2 weeks, and we've been trying to get an explanation about why he flew across the world to stop LA Knight from winning Elimination Chamber. And his reason was to humble LA Knight. I think he was just jealous a little bit. Me personally, but not jealous in the way of, man, he got something that I'm trying to do. Jealous in the way of, jealous is jealous. Jealous is jealous. Like, he got hurt. LA Knight took the spot. He feel as though it should have been him. And then we this man LA Knight was backstage and he started to beat a flat screen TV with a chair. I'm assuming it's the same chair he had last week. And I hope this isn't the same chair that AJ Styles used to beat LA Knight, because now he has abandonment issues and attachment problems. Because this is the chair that beat him, and now he wants to keep it and use it, man. But he's sticking to it. And then we got a blow off from Dragon Lee getting bullied earlier from Legado del Fantasma. We got Angel Garza taking on Dragon Lee. Both exemplary wrestlers, but I think Dragon Lee is going to be something kind of a little bit more in the future, or at least he might take that Rey Mysterio spot. But they need to do more with them. This is a match that I thought was going to go one way, but they kind of did it another way. I thought it was going to end in a DQ, but kind of, But Angel Garza started off the match by faking the injury. Good guy. Dragon Lee took it, waited on him a little bit. Then he got blasted with a kick. He shouldn't have believed him. And then Angel got a little bit of offense in. Dragon started to blow back, no pun intended, and getting a little bit of his offense in, which led to an amazing spot where Angel Garza was posted up in the corner and he got a double stomp to the chest by the Dragon. If a Dragon land on your chest, it's done, it's over with. You can't really breathe from that point. But then they worked their way outside. Lee did a dive, Dragon Lee. He did a dive on the outside. He landed on Humberto. And Angel Garza with Santos in the background just staring at him, just plotting. He was plotting the whole match. You can look at him. You could look at Santos on the outside and know that he was plotting for the whole match. Angel Garza caught Dragon Lee with a super kick, but instead of going for the pin, he wanted to inflict a little bit more damage. I guess he felt as though he didn't get that he didn't get the health down enough. But then Dragon Lee hit him with a surprise roll up. 1, 2, 3. Dragon Lee wins because Angel Garza was being cocky, and Dragon Lee got jumped. He had no buddies with him, no LWO, nobody. Legado del Fantasma got in the ring, hit him with that amazing triple power bomb, and they were standing over him. And this match was nice wrestlers. I guess mid for the thing. I haven't given anything a bad because it hasn't been bad. It's great wrestling and it's doing what it's supposed to do, but it's just mid right now. But great wrestlers, check it out. There was no match that I'll just tell you to go back and watch at this point, but every match had moves in it that I would love you to go back and see. But we got it. And then we were in the presence of greatness. It was our main event segment. You know nobody else was going to end off Friday Night Smackdown other than The Rock, Bloodline, Cody Rhodes, and Seth Rollins. First, we got that amazing music from our tribal chief. He took a couple minutes to get down to the ring. It was beautiful. Then we got an amazing entrance from The Rock. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I'm sure they changed up the presentation a little bit, but it was every bit of electrifying. Like you felt the energy when they came in, and they were magical. It was beautiful. It was great. Tribal Chief. Oh, my Tribal Chief. Oh my goodness. I can't really say much. I can't say too much about him. Like I don't have enough words. I have the vocabulary, but I don't have enough time. It was Bloodline entrance. That's why I took up 10 minutes. That's why I took up 10 minutes. Half of the segment was the entrance because the entrance is so great and so goosebumps. But then they got into the ring. Roman Reigns started off with the acknowledge us. They did a little, a lot of foreshadowing because I think The Rock gonna turn on him. But we gonna, he said acknowledge us, Dallas. They acknowledged him. And as soon as they acknowledged him, we got Cody Rhodes music. Adrenaline. Don't get me. Every time that song come on, I told you that whoa getting louder. I'll be in the house going too crazy. Going too crazy. But then they came out. They wasn't really playing around. Seth Rollins came out through the crowd. Cody Rhodes came out through the crowd. They avoided the security. They came in. They gave them the floor. So it was just The Rock and Roman Reigns in the ring with Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. At this point, Cody Rhodes is in a suit. This man, Seth Rollins, is in this black robe, shawl thing with some sunglasses on. Seth Rollins be dipped in butter. I'll be telling, he be dressed to impress. I like his outfits. But Cody Rhodes was the first one to essentially speak. He addressed the tension in the room. And then he started to stir the pot a little bit. He was like, Rock, I heard I heard your challenge, but do you have any authority to break that challenge? Because last week you acknowledged Roman Reigns as the tribal chief, and the tribal chief is the only one that can be making those type of announcements. But The Rock came back before Cody could answer, and he was like, man, I acknowledged him as my tribal chief because we family. That's what family do. And this was a whole lot of emotions, a whole lot of, oh, we family. This is like a soap opera. That's what I think. It's like a soap opera, but you gotta love it. It's The Rock, it's Roman, it's Cody, it's Seth. It's beautiful. But he was like, he gonna drop some gospel on him. While Rock was talking to the crowd, they broke out into a diarrhea chant from Monday night, and as they were shouting diarrhea at The Rock, diarrhea Dwayne, that man Seth Rollins was having the time of his life. You could just know he was having fun that they was calling him this, and you loved it because he was sitting there just geeking. He was just sitting there geeking. But then the diarrhea chant seemed to fire Seth up because Seth started to get crazy. He told Rock to shut the hell up, and he called him Mr. Midlife Crisis. Seth Rollins was really turning up. Oh my goodness. But then he got too hyped, and on the behalf of Cody Rhodes, he accepted the tag team match. Then you see Cody looking at him all sideways. But as soon as he accepted the match, Roman Reigns started laughing. He started calling Cody stupid, calling him an idiot, man. Like how you just gonna let him accept the match for you? This is your future, your story. Close curtain, you're not gonna get it. Boom. Then The Rock went down Cody's kind of background, like, oh, your brother is a future Hall of Famer. Your sister was a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. You're 20 years apart. Then he called him a mistake. He was like, you mistake? Then Cody slapped him. Cody slapped him dead in his face. Chihuahua. Bow. Slapped him. And then that's when it went off air for me. I know some probably stuff happened after that, but that's when it went off air for me. And then that segment alone made me give this Smackdown a good rating at the end. Me personally, I think the Bloodline is gonna win night 1 of WrestleMania. The Bloodline is gonna win. Cody's Cody's gonna be the one to get pinned because it's gonna be like, oh, Bloodline, this, that, and the other. I'm gonna give my predictions a little bit later on, but I think it's just setting up for The Rock to turn on Roman in the main event, and then everything just kind of come crashing down for Roman. Like, turnabout is fair play. Like, you be winning based off of distractions, but now that your family have your back, like, you lose in the worst way, and it's gonna be the end of it. But I enjoyed the segment. Like, this Smackdown was a breeze, like was a brisk Smackdown, and I appreciated it for what it was. If you like what you saw, please leave a comment down below. If you didn't like what you saw, please leave a comment down below. If you like wrestling, tell me your favorite wrestlers. Like, talk to me. We got it. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I do more than just wrestling reviews, but if you like the wrestling reviews, I do got them here for you. And don't forget to share. It's because I like this empire to grow. I'm Unknown Emperor. Today I'm signing off, and you have a wonderful rest of your week, your life, everything. Thank you for tuning in and spending time with me today. You have a blessed one.